And one of the biggest reasons is following a wrong guru. Take it from me. The gentleman has gone. I wish I had warned him what can happen by following wrong gurus. Cancer is the disease which always occurs with going to the wrong gurus. One of the diseases. All psychosomatic, colitis, what you call that? I mean, there's so many of them. Leukemia, all kinds of madness. All these things come from following a wrong guru. When you put your head to a wrong guru, what happens in your being is that from both the sides, this void of the guru gets up, swollen up here, and you get a swelling, which we call as Ekadasha Rudra. These are 11 Rudras are the destructive powers of God which go against you. So your destruction is set in within yourself. When it is set in within yourself, you must know that there is a serious trouble that is being happening either to your body or to your mind. This Ekadasha Rudra comes by touching the feet of a wrong person all the time. This we can prove it to you. This we can prove it to you very clearly that these things happen. And we have to warn you of such happenings which cannot be explained by any medical science. You cannot explain by any medical science why these things have happened and why people get these things. There are so many other diseases. Parkinson's disease, all mental problems, all possessions, everything can come to you if you follow wrong guru. One of the biggest things, you become vulnerable. Now, I'll give a medical explanation of the whole thing. It is very easy to get angry with me, but actually you are getting angry with yourself. You want to destroy yourself. By pleading for any guru or by sticking on to anyone, what are you going to gain? I'm your mother. I'm just telling you that stick to the truth. Get to the truth. And first and foremost thing, you must get your own powers manifested. Without that, if you live with falsehood, you are going to fail very badly, and the times are such that the destruction is so expedited that you can't imagine to what extent it can move. We have definitely cured cancer, no doubt about it. So many patients of cancers were cured, but that doesn't mean I'm going to cure all the sick people. It means that you get yourself your realization, you can cure them. But that's not the main point, is curing. But it just happens as a byproduct that you get cured. The biggest problem of our country is that we are conditioned in two ways. First of all, we are conditioned by blind faiths in so many things. In superstitions, in feeling what is the caste and community, in believing that this is our fate, we have to suffer. And worse than that is so many people, so many gurus, you see, when they make their disciples suffer, they give an explanation saying that you have to suffer for your realization. This is another very great falsehood. Now the deity that we have here is the deity which is the incarnation of Sri Ganesha. At this point, he came as Mahavishnu, who is Lord Jesus Christ. You can see Mahavishnu's descriptions, which we never read, tallies exactly with that of Christ. And it is his power which sucks in. We say he died for our sins. He sucks in our ego and superego, and that's how we are cleared up. He has suffered sufficiently for us. We don't have to suffer anymore. He has said that I suffer for them. No more sufferings are needed if you get your Christ awakened. But the Christianity as it exists today, they believe again in another kind of artificiality as we believe, that if you just put somebody artificially puts the hand on the head of a person and says you are baptized, you are baptized. If you pay few rupees to the church, you are baptized now. Baptism is nothing but the raising of the Kundalini and breaking of your Sahasrara. And when that deity is awakened within you, it sucks in. And that deity is the deity who has suffered. We'll see further in the history, the Jews never accepted Christ. They wouldn't accept because they can't believe that he suffered from them. They didn't want to believe. So they said, we must suffer. So they suffered and suffered and suffered. So Mr. Hitler came down to make them really suffer. And now they are so changed that now they have become the aggressive people. Why don't they suffer now? Has Christ come, or has their Savior has come that they have changed their ways? So those people who ask for sufferings will get sufferings. There is no need for you to suffer at all, I assure you. We have another very funny custom is to go on fast in India. As it is, because of this desire, many people in this country are fasting automatically. So everybody says we must fast in the name of God. I just don't understand. What is the need to fast in the name of God? You can fast if you want to. That's a different thing. For example, we had one gentleman called Mr. Agnihotri. He was a very well-known gentleman from Pune. His name actually is Rajwade, but they have given him Ahitagni Agnihotri because they used to have lots of these yajnas, and that's how this gentleman became very well known. Then he came to Sahaj Yoga, and one day he came to see me in Bombay. He was a great Ganesha Bhakta. And he said, Mother, doctors are saying I've got prostate gland trouble and I don't know what to do, should I operate? I said, you have got prostate gland, I can't understand because it is looked after by Sri Ganesh. And you are such a Sri Ganesh Bhakta, I can't understand. All right, you better have my prasad. And I give chana as the prasad. So he looked at the chana, he said, today I can't, and another fellow said, today is Sankashti. Is the birth date of Sri Ganesha. I said, you fast on Sri Ganesha's birthday? He says, yes. I said, will you fast when you have a child? On the birth date of your child? Why should you fast on the date when he is born, the great son of Shiva? What is the logic behind it? He said, you have been doing something wrong, but use the logic. Why should you fast on such a date? You may write to him, find out. I told him, today it's my order, you eat this chana. He being my very obedient son, he ate it. He's about, I think, 84 or so. When he went back to Pune, the doctor said, your prostate is cured. The Ganesha got prasanna. Imagine how many times we are trying to disturb, even to displease the Ganas and the gods and the deities within ourselves. Same way on Guruvar to fast, on Mangalvar to fast for Sri Ganesha or for Hanumana. Imagine that day, to fast when he was born on that day, Hanumana will be so angry with you that you don't know what sorts of problems you'll face. Hanumana is one of the very kadak ones. And be careful about it. Don't start doing things because some Brahmin has told you to fast. They want you to fast and give all the money to them. Fasting also has a big science. Mantra has a big science. Everything has a science, which you must see when the vibrations are flowing and see for yourself what is good and what is bad. Just don't accept because somebody tells you. All such conditionings are with us, or just don't understand how people accept them blindfolded. This blindness has really been a big barrier for us in Sahaja. They send kind of gandas, see Kashika Ganda. All the villages will be kind of Kashika Ganda, which burns their Vishuddhi Chakra. And that has to be thrown away. If you tell anybody, they will start shouting. This is the center of Surya where they will put black. Are you supposed to blacken the Surya? They have no idea as to what they are doing to their deities. Different deities are there. How to please them, how to keep them all right. What's the problem? And all this ignorance has given them such a funny situation that people ask me that you say that India is a yoga bhumi. People are very religious, very dharma. Then why are they so poor? Why they have this problem? Now anybody who goes to tantrikas has to be a poor man afterwards, who take from. Bengal, full of tantrikas. Bihar, full of tantrikas. It can never improve. The poverty comes from this indulgence with the tantrikas who really control dead spirits. If you go to any tantrika, you are in for trouble, take it from me, because if they are trying to do something for you very laukika, very gross, they also put some sort of a nonsense into you. Don't indulge into all such things. You will know about the deities and everything from the book. You will learn all about that. There's no problem about learning about that. But what you have to avoid is this kind of indulgences into things like going to a person for asking a tantrika, when will my father die? Or which horse is going to win the race? All these things will give you into such a big problem that, as I said, that all this anadhikar chesta leads you to things like cancer and all diseases which are supposed to be incurable in the medical science. Because medical science doesn't understand. I have myself studied medical science. They have no idea as to the attack of these people. It's a fact. You try for yourself and see for yourself how, by avoiding all these things, you keep a very good health. Now, there are so many Saj Yogis here, at least 50% people are here. All of them have gone through it. And they know they had to drop out all these things and to come to a purer sense of understanding of the truth. And honestly to accept the truth and not to just say, all right, we'll do this, whatever mother says. You just try. With your open mind, try why these things are happening. I used to wonder, when I went to Trivandrum, what is the reason for this kind of a misery in that place? And I was amazed to find that they bury their dead in their houses. They do not bury it in the smashana. I was amazed when I saw all the Catholics becoming so funny in their old age. They go absolutely strange in their old age, Catholic people. The reasoning in the Catholic churches, they have all the dead bodies buried under their feet. Indian philosophers, we can say the drashtas or the munis of India, were so intelligent to tell us that keep these dead outside. They have done all this research and everything for us, but we don't read them. Most of us go to a Brahmin, if he says something, all right. He's not a Brahmin because he doesn't know the Brahma. The one who has not known the Brahma is not a Brahmin by birth. You cannot become a Brahmin. Somebody stood up and said that in the Gita it is written that you can become, you are a Brahmin if you are born in Brahmin. Of course, it is not so written, but just imagine, Vyasa, the son of a fisherwoman, can write such a thing like that. See the logic behind the whole thing. It's so logically understood that how people have construed the whole thing for their own purpose. And we are playing into their hands. And we are very happy if mother says, don't do it. My child is not good for you. It's going to harm you, your family. Even 7 generations can be ruined if you are a tantric. I have seen one family. 7 generations ruined. Of course, any tantrika's, even grandson comes to me. I know he has somebody in his family a tantric. They themselves don't know what are they up to. But they are so much attached to money that they don't want to think what is going to happen to their progeny. These things are to be told to you because you have got your realization now. Because you will be facing this. You have to know that you have to face the truth as it is. If you are going to continue with it, you cannot retain your kundalini, all right? Because your left Swadhisthana will pull out all the forces I have put up, the kundalini that I have raised, everything will be sucked in and you will be in a problem. It's a very major thing. And that's why I have to tell you that going before the fake gurus, you have done one of the major mistakes. So forget it, forgive yourself and take to reality. There's no need for you to curse yourself or to say that why should you have done it? Because I'm your mother and I'm willing to work day in and day out to correct all these things for you. The other conditioning we have, which Indians have, I must tell you all the conditionings we have before we start working out our Sahaja Yoga system. Of course, the gurus that are wrong must be given up. Those who are good gurus will tell you that they are good and they have done so much good, and that's the good point about them. And we all pray to so many gurus also within ourselves, and who are these gurus that you should find out yourself. But the another conditioning we have is that we cannot connect one to another. For us, Muhammad Sahib is different. For us, Janaka is different. Nanaka is different. For Sahajogis, they are the manifestation of one principle, Guru Tattva. And you can prove it. That's the beauty of Sahaja Yoga, that whatever I say can be proved. The example of this is this. that we had one gentleman from Iran, he was a doctor. He came to me, he had cancer of the stomach. So I asked him, I said, do you believe that Muhammad Sahib was the last prophet and that he was the only prophet and he is the only person? He said, yes. I said, then I can't cure you. Because of your fanaticism, you have got this stomach trouble. That you will know where the Guru Tattva is. Because you have been doing this kind of a malpractice, you have got it. But now, if you are willing to accept that Dattatreya is the one, the principle of Guru was the same as Muhammad Sahib and as Guru Nanaka, I am willing to treat you. He said, no, nothing of the kind. I said, then better go away. I have nothing to do. I am sorry. I would like to save you. So he went back. This happened in 1975, which is why. But in the hospital, they said, we can't cure. You are gone case. Then his wife said, let's again go to Mataji. Because if she has cured, I had gone to Iran in 73 and I had cured some people of cancer. So that's how they came to me. So I said, all right, now are you accepting it? Yes, I accept it now, mother. What you say, I'll accept it. You'll be amazed he got cured. You are displeasing Muhammad Sahib himself. You are displeasing Guru Nanaka himself. I mean, in Guru Nanaka's life, it is shown. One day Guru Nanaka was sleeping like this. They said, you are talking of Makkah. Then what about this? Your feet are towards Mecca. Or I said, I stood this side. And they said, oh, the Mecca is this side. What more proof you want of this, that he was the same as Muhammad Sahib? Did he disrespect in any way Muhammad Sahib? Did he say so? Then why should we develop this kind of hatred against him? All right, you can hate Muslims and Muslims can hate you, but what's the use of all this hatred nonsense going on? Once you are awakened in your essences, you will be amazed to see the truth lies somewhere else, and we are just fighting among ourselves. Like Christ has said, those who are not against me are with me. Poor Christ, I should say, also was given only 3.5 years just to say all these things. Who are the ones who are with him? He is very clearly said, those who are not against me are with me. Who are those? Christians never will. You see, they will just avoid these points. If you talk to them, they will say, oh, no, that's not so. And this is the reason why in every religion we have had problems. Hindu religion, now we can take what even Adi Shankaracharya has said, that na yogena sankhya. It's only through Mother's grace you can get your realization. Everybody, intellectuals and all that, fought with him and were arguing with me like Mr. There was a Sharma fellow who quite argued. And he got so fed up with all those arguments and Shabda Jalam that he said he wrote the last was Saundarya Lahari praising the Mother, describing all the waves of the different types of Shaktis that flow from her and how they take their forms. And every couplet that he has written is a mantra. Well, who knows about it? Everybody who were supposed to be intellectuals in those days said, oh, what are you doing? Here you are writing like Viveka Chudamani and all that, and today why are you writing like this? What is the need to write about this? So, he said, this is the way it is going to work out. This is the way it is. Not by all these arguments, Shabda Jalam, by talking about it, but by happening of the Kundalini. He is the one who first time opened this knowledge of Kundalini in his books. Of course, it was taught long time back, 14,000 years back, by Markandeya. But we Indians are so modern that we don't know who is Markandeya is. I don't know if people who are not Sahaja Yogis have ever heard the name of Markandeya, who is the basis of Sahaja Yoga.